we have to be a bit louder about the role of the librarian in education. I think that the possibility that without libraries, where would we be? It would have meant for me that my world now was confined to being in Little Rock, Arkansas, and I would have believed I was someone not valued. I wouldn't have known I was as valuable as these beautiful children who sang for us this morning. I would not have known who I was. And so a library is really important because during my trips to the library, I could be anybody, do anything, and be anywhere. And that's what is offered to the earliest of age child, is this ability to go to the library. When I turned 50 years of age, all of my friends gave me a baby shower because I adopted an identical set of twins. One of them is Matthew, you see now, pushing my wheelchair. I brought them home. I had one in each arm, holding one on each hip. And those sweet little babies were identical, absolutely identical. We thought, geez, as they get older, they won't be identical. They'll look different, but no, they look just alike. And, you know, I had been told, when I called in, I saw someone told us, and when I called in and I said, I want to adopt that. I just saw the first one little boy. I didn't know they were twins. And I said, I want to adopt that little boy. And they said, how old are you? And I said, I'm 49. And they said, no, you can't do this. I said, no, I can't. Because I hadn't been to the library. And I had read about my rights, and my rights are that you don't have a right to tell me that I can't. And my rights are that if I make an application, you can't tell me that I can't do it because of how old I am. You tell me I can't do it because I'm ill. You better have some proof. But you can't tell me. And I learned about that in my library. And I was already prepared to give the answer. And so then they said, well, you know, there's two of them. I said, well, would you split? I said, no. I don't want to discuss splitting. And so, for me, the presence of the library, and guess where my office is now? Somebody came the other day from Yale, because librarians come out all the time to check. They don't believe I'm really there teaching. They thought I died, or they said, well, why are we there, right? So they come out, and so this librarian came out, and she looked around. She said, my goodness, you went from the back of the bus to the back of the library. And I said, yeah, because you know what I get to do every single day that I teach? I get to walk through the back of the library where there are all the boxes of brand new books. And there are people that are preaching, and I get to preach for a moment, right? And remember my mother, and then but I get to see everything brand new. And I get to see, you know, before they did it all cataloged and everything, I get to say, okay, put that one aside for me. I'm having that. Everybody else doesn't get that. So I said to her, she said, why would you want to be in this particular office, in the rear of this particular building? I said, because for me it's home. My mother's here, my life is here, my hope is here, and there is hope here for everyone who attends this university. So I want to make it really clear that I think one of the things that's missing is being more verbal, because I'm angry that the first place they want to close is the library in Portland, Oregon. Okay, the first place they want to close in all of these icky places is the library. And my question is, why the library? Could not we get some volunteers? What could we do not to close the library? And I want you to think about that. Do we need to start some volunteerism? What is it we need to do to keep our libraries going for our children? And how would that work? Because I know hundreds of people who'd be willing to volunteer. I would volunteer, and others would volunteer. Why can't we have a library open on Friday? Why can't it be open on Sunday? It's where I go. Recently, in my teaching, a lot of Arab students were coming, right? And I said to myself, how am I going to minister to these children without any prejudice and without a total understanding of who they are and what they are? And so what I did was, I read 16 books, and I went to the library and I got all these videos on Muslim world and the specific locations of where my students were coming from. And that opened my mind so totally, because I never wanted my students to have any feeling of the treatment that I got when I was in Central High School. And I want to say, when I attended Central High School, we couldn't go to the library in Central High School. No, that didn't happen. We couldn't go to the library in our own black school because we were really kind of pariahs there as well. All of the kids were unhappy with us. Some of them were, because their parents were losing their jobs because we had dared to go to this school. And so my mother happened to be teaching part-time at this little college called the Baptist College in Little Rock, Arkansas. And so my only free days, my memories of freedom and hopes and laughter, were the days that we went to the Baptist University, the Baptist College Library. Because in the Baptist College Library, you see, I was free of everything. There were no news reporters there. There were only the books that opened me up to the world. And the way I found out that there was a California was through those books and magazines I read. And so now in time, economically, when we're being questioned about where we're going, is not a time to close the libraries. When you read those wonderful stories about people who are homeless and have no hope at all and go to the library and become something, those are the stories that warm my heart and make me think what a valuable job each of you is doing every day. And I think, you know, grandmother used to say, you have got to toot your own horn. So my message to you today, if anything, is to toot your own horn. Talk about the integral part that the library plays in the lives of children.